I had this amazing experience once where there was one design team that has done amazing work in other parts of the country, and they were struggling to come up with an idea that was inspiring enough to get, potentially $1 billion, There's a lot of money up there. I know that you got a lot of money down here, but, they're showing me the plans for your new library you got. It's $500 million for a new library for Williamsburg is amazing. No, that's not happening. So they showed me, we were talking about their project, and they had really been stuck because pressure. And then finally they had this breakthrough. And we were walking together, and they said, Eric, we've got this amazing idea. We've come up with the plans for a prototype for a new kind of building, which we think is going to be just totally amazing. It's going to work for this one town that we're designing it for, but we actually think it's going to be replicable throughout the country, around the world. And we're calling it a resilience center. And I said, wow, that sounds really interesting. Like, can you tell me about it? And they said, yes. Like, imagine a building that's like in a community or neighborhood, and it's designed to be like a home away from home, like a second home for everybody there. It's a public building. It's open 5, 6, 7 days a week. Doors are always open. It's staffed by these resilience professionals, whose job is to be like aggressively welcoming. It's like open the door, make sure everyone knows they can come in. And they said, the resilience center is there for everybody, but we know that people who are really rooted in the neighborhood, who spend the most time in the neighborhood, are older people and younger people. And so we want to make sure that we have programs especially catered for those populations. And they said, young people obviously don't just come to the Resilience Center by themselves. They come with their grown-ups. So we want to set up a whole set of programs, like you would have story time in the morning, and you do like crafts courses, and maybe you do some sing-alongs, right? And then they said, since the kids are going to have grown-ups with them, we would have comfortable furniture, right? Maybe we'd have Wi-Fi access. You could get computers and things like that together. And then they said, for the older people in the community, we want to have current events classes. We could have like movie nights. We could do lectures. We'd really like amp up the technology programs so that people could learn to do different technology. And the notion is that like we'd be here all the time, and therefore people would come, and if there was a crisis, they would know that this is a safe place for them. And they were so excited about this idea. And they asked me, Eric, what do you think? And I've been teaching in universities for like 20 years now, so I get people pitching me project ideas all the time, and I know there's a lot of sensitivity involved when you've been working on something for a while and you need to get it vetted by your, authority figure. So I said, I think that's great. Wow, I can see how hard you've been working on this. And then I paused for a second and said, by the way, have you ever heard of a library? Because unwittingly, I think, they had tried to use all of the best ideas we have about how to build community and how to create a public space and how to make people feel like they belong, and by accident reinvented the library.